Hello everyone, it's me, Nintendo LP or Z-Dude. And I came up with an idea on how I could try to have videos up pretty frequently. I mean, at least a video up, not exactly a let's play or anything like that. I'll try to have a blog-like video up where I talk about various topics and you guys are able to give me some topic to talk about, i.e., this first one will be about my history. Well, not as. Yeah, my history with Nintendo and why I'm a Nintendo fan and not exactly a fan of, say, Microsoft or Sony. I'm more. If anything, I'm a good fan. I'm a big fan of Sony. Say Jak and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank, series, but that's neither here or there. So, at the end of this, when you're done watching this, I'd like to hear you guys' feedback on this so you guys can tell me what you guys think of this series, okay? If you guys think I shouldn't do it, and enough of you say, you know what, don't do this type of series, and so be it. I won't do this series anymore. I'll cancel it, and you guys won't see it anymore. But if you guys think I should, and you guys get active and talk to me about various topics, then yeah. This way I can have a video up if I don't have any let's play videos recorded. Let's say that one weekend I didn't have the time to record, I could always quickly make one of these blog videos up and talk about stuff. So anyways, the first topic or the first thing I'm going to talk about in one of these videos is my history with Nintendo and why I like Nintendo. It probably started when I was a little kid, say about maybe 6, maybe 7 years old. I was given a Game Boy. I think it was a Game Boy, actually, not a Game Boy Color. And I started playing a few games. I don't remember the names of the games at all. All I know is one of them was like a Looney Tunes game, and I used to play that a lot. Then I used to sneak into my older brother's room and play with his games. He had a few Pokemon games, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue. I believe he had Pokemon Yellow as well, maybe Pokemon Silver, meaning this had to be after 2000, but still. So I used to sneak in his room, play those, but, so I started off playing, games for the Game Boy Color, probably Game Boy Color, I'll leave it as that since that's what I want to say, so even if it was the original Game Boy, the Game Boy Color still played Game Boy games, so let's just put it as that, so I started playing those games, and when I was 5 years old, I think it was 5, could have been 6 or 7, but when I was really little, my older brother saw that I had grown an interest in his Pokemon games, and so he started to teach me how to play them. And we used to share a bedroom. This was ages ago when I was really little, so a lot has changed, and he would teach me how to play Pokemon. I remember back when he was asking me to pick my starter, and I was all like, ooh, he was like, okay, pick your starter, and just looking at them, I was like, I'm not a big fan of swimming. I don't like, grass that much. And so I picked Charmander mainly because of my love for the summer, not because of anything else. Mainly because I like the summer and heat. That's really it. So I started out Charmander, and, excuse me if I'm not remembering anything correctly, or if I end up skipping ahead, because this was ages ago. I barely remember it. So I remember I started with a Charmander, and I caught I think it was a Caterpie, and I ended up having it evolve into a Butterfree before I fought Brock, so I can beat him. As if you're a big Pokemon fan, you'd know that Charmander fire is weak against rock, so Brock would win. So yeah. So then in one other big memory for me, Pokemon-wise, I'll try to cut these little game thing instances down to like 2 things for this one, was back when I was asleep, I was up to catching Mewtwo. I was right outside Cerulean Cave. I had just recently beat the Elite Four. My elder brother told me, tomorrow we'll catch Mewtwo. I was excited. I was all happy and ready to catch Mewtwo. And I was like, hey, can we stay up? Can we stay up? I want to catch Mewtwo. And he was like, no, go to bed. It was a good time for me. So, anyway, so that's basically some of my early memories with Pokemon. If you want to hear more, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll definitely talk about more in a future episode. Secondly, another Nintendo game I like and why? Well, mainly two reasons. Animal Crossing. I started out by getting Animal Crossing Wild World mainly because I wanted to get a game from GameStop. I was little and my dad was like, I'll get you a game, and I had to rush out because I couldn't make up my mind, so I decided to rush and get Animal Crossing Wild World. I wasn't sure if I'd like it or not because to me it looked too feminine. It was just me, I didn't know the game series at the time. It was full of cute little animals living in a house. It just didn't seem like the thing for me, so. But I got it, and so I played it, and next thing I knew, I was all happy and I enjoyed it a lot. It was really fun from the moment I played it. So then after that, a week or so later, my younger brother, who now doesn't like Nintendo, got a copy of Animal Crossing Wild World. And I remember this was back when I was really little, and watching Shuggy Conroy. No, maybe, yeah, I think it was, but we were looking up different videos as well of Animal Crossing for the GameCube, and so we were planning on getting that as well, and when we did, we played it together. Of course, if you know me and my younger brother, we don't share too much, which is why back in the day when I used to be real popular on Animal Crossing City Folk, I had to have my own Wii, and my younger brother had to have his own Wii. If you knew me back then, you'd probably know this bit about us. We did argue. And so that really led me into liking Animal Crossing. Its cute charm, its freedom. And I did like The Sims before then, but to me, The Sims were too demanding. Always asking you to do this and that for your sim. It wasn't exactly fun and relaxing as Animal Crossing is. So, yeah. And I think I like Mario games mainly because they're the icon of Nintendo, but also because I probably played some Mario games for the N64. One of my first home consoles that I ever had was the Nintendo 64. I still have it. It's in my basement somewhere. I probably should bring it up to my bedroom so I can play it because I don't plan on doing anything with it down there, and I think it'll have more use up here. I'm recording this in my bedroom, by the way, which is the second floor. You can imagine how much of a walk it is to the basement. Anyways, it all started. My Nintendo 64 was my older brother's back in the day, and he had it on this cart-like thing where he would have a TV on it, and the N64. It was a small, old TV. It wasn't even that big. And I don't think it was that heavy either. I mean, I could probably carry it right now, and I'm not even that strong. If you know me personally, I don't work out. I don't do anything to get buff. So, hey, I'm in front of a computer all the time. But still, he saw that I was really liking Nintendo, and I think he was coming to the age where he thought he should get out of Nintendo. He was at that point where he began thinking that there is a difference between adult and child things, whereas if you're like me, that's a lie. So he decided to give me his Nintendo 64. We had a few games for it, the Ocarina, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Stadium 1, I believe we had Diddy Kong Racing, which I didn't exactly like, mainly because when you're from that stone head of the pig, the little thing like that looks like it's a cliff and it's supposed to be like that giant pig. I always heard la la la, and it always drove me crazy to the point of hating the game. Not rare necessarily, but the game itself, and that was like the only rare game we had. I also believe we had 007 GoldenEye. I mean, I may be getting some of these wrong because I have a lot of games for it now, and I'm not exactly sure what games I started out with. So, as far as I know, those were probably it. I could have had more, but I don't. I think Pokemon Snap was one of the games I started out with, and probably Vigilante 8 as well. Anyways, so that's basically why I like Nintendo. I've been surrounded by Nintendo for as long as I can remember. You know, sort of. So that's basically it. I was just like raised around Nintendo consoles and handhelds. The Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube, the Wii. I even remember, like, this one Christmas, my grandmother on my mother's side actually got me, got everyone in my family a Nintendo DS. The original type, the fat model. It was back when that first came out. And I was all excited to play it. We each got Super Mario 64 DS. And of course, I didn't have it for the N64 at that time. So I think that was still when GameStop was selling N64 games. And so, I was all happy to play it, and so I played it a lot. Of course, then that started me with cheating, really. I started cheating with the Nintendo DS using Nintendo DS Action Replay, or was it with the Game Boy Advance? I think it was the Game Boy Advance with that Action Replay, but I'm not exactly positive. But, so, that's basically how it went for me in Nintendo. I grew up around it. I have a lot of memories of playing Mario games, Pokemon games, Mario Kart games. So, yeah. Not exactly Mario Party, for the main reason being I never really got any of them after Mario Party 3 for the Nintendo 64. That's the only one I have. I didn't even have the first or second. I just have Mario Party 3, as funny as that is. So I've never really gotten any other ones. So yeah. So I think I'll end it off here. Tell me, guys, if you like this series, if you like my story, if you like my blog, this type of thing where I sort of talk about what comes to my mind and just get some stuff off my chest, such as like memories. I might do some announcements this way, where I'm talking about future plans on my channel, i.e. bringing this onto my channels. So if I don't have a video ready for 1 week, I can have this go up beginning of the week, and you guys can watch it at your, at your leisure. I promise I won't overflood you guys with these, so don't really worry about that. So you can find other places to find me on, in the description, i.e. Twitter, Tumblr, my WordPress blog. I don't really use it, but I still try to use it whenever I can. Anything else? Let me think. Google Plus, but you can find that just by hovering over my name. If there's anything else, my Miiverse account, although curse you Nintendo for not letting me really be too connected on that, between my YouTube and everything else, and really having that connected to go to Miiverse. Well, I still put that in the description. So anything else, my DeviantArt, you can find all those in the description. And be sure to follow me on Twitter if you want, so you guys can talk to me. If you guys have any topics, you can leave it in the description, or you can tweet it at me. Do that. Or if you want, you could always send me, a message up on Tumblr, so I can, and I may not. I'll probably use that as a topic for the next one. So if you guys see this as an interesting thing, feel free to hit me up, and I'll be sure to probably give you credit for asking the question or giving me the topic. So yeah, I'll be sure to see you guys in the next episode if there is one. If not, then well, I tried. Till then, guys, bye.